Hey there, Cowboys Nation. The 2024 season may not have gone the way we hoped, but let's not dwell too much on the negatives. Today, we're diving deep into 5 things that actually went right during what was otherwise a disappointing year for the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, we finished 7th to 10th, missed the playoffs, and had our share of struggles. But as the saying goes, every cloud has a silver lining, and the Cowboys season was no different. From breakout performances to moments of grit and determination, there are reasons to be optimistic for the future. So grab your favorite Cowboys jersey, settle in, and let's get into it. First up, we have to talk about the heart of this team. After starting the season 3-7, it would have been easy to pack it in. I mean, losing Dak Prescott in Week 9? That's enough to sink any team, but not these Cowboys. The playoffs felt like a pipe dream by early November, but Mike McCarthy's squad refused to give up. They rallied to win 4 of their next 5 games, staying in playoff contention until Week 17. Think about that. This team was officially eliminated from the postseason in the second to last week of the season. That's resilience. This team didn't care about draft positioning or mailing it in. They fought for every win, and that says a lot about the culture in the locker room. It wasn't the season we wanted, but calling the Cowboys quitters would be flat out wrong. Speaking of heart and grit, let's not forget the individual players who gave it everything they had, despite dealing with injuries. Right guard Zach Martin, the rock of this offensive line for years, fought through multiple injuries. He stayed on the field as long as he physically could, only stepping away when it became clear he couldn't help the team anymore. And then there's CeeDee Lamb, who played through a painful shoulder injury, yet still managed to deliver another incredible season. Lamb put up his 4th straight 1,000-yard season, tying Cowboys legend Michael Irvin for the franchise record. Think about that, a banged-up Lamb playing at that level in an otherwise tough year. These performances remind us that even in a down year, there are players willing to give everything for the star on their helmet. That's the kind of leadership you build around. Now let's shift gears and talk about one area where the Cowboys really excelled in 2024. Special teams. Brandon Aubrey and Cavante Turpin were phenomenal this year, earning Pro Bowl and All-Pro honors. First, let's give it up for Aubrey. He went 40 for 47 on field goals, including a record-setting 14 kicks from beyond 50 yards. That's right, 14. And get this, 2 of his misses were from distances of 61 and 70 yards. This guy is the definition of a weapon in the kicking game. Then there's Cavante Turpin, who proved he's the best return man in the league. Turpin was the only player in the NFL to return both a kickoff and a punt for touchdowns this season. He also led the league in kickoff return yards with 904 and averaged an insane 33.5 yards per return. Whenever Turpin had the ball in his hands, you knew something special could happen. Between Aubrey's leg and Turpin's dynamic returns, the Cowboys' special teams were a bright spot in an otherwise tough year. Now let's talk about one of the biggest surprises of the season. Rico Dowdle, the undrafted running back, wasn't even the Cowboys' starter at the beginning of the year. But when he finally got his chance, he exploded onto the scene. In the first 9 games, Dowdle barely saw the field, totaling just 402 rushing yards. But over the final 7 games, he racked up 677 yards, including 3 straight 100-yard performances. He also became the first undrafted Cowboys running back to eclipse the 1,000-yard mark in a season. Dallas was 4-3 in those final 7 games, and it's no coincidence that the offense looked its best with Dowdle leading the way. This late-season breakout should give Cowboys fans plenty of optimism heading into 2025. And finally, we have to talk about the one and only Micah Parsons. Even in a rough year for the defense, Parsons was unstoppable. Despite missing 4 games, he still managed to rack up 12 sacks, making it 4 straight seasons, with double-digit sacks to start his career. That puts Parsons in rare company, matching Hall of Famer Reggie White as the only players in NFL history to do that. Think about that for a second. Parsons is already in the same breath as one of the greatest pass rushers of all time. If Parsons stays healthy, he's not just going to break records, he's going to rewrite them. This guy is the definition of a game wrecker and a cornerstone for this defense. All right, Cowboys fans, there you have it. 5 reasons to hold your heads high despite the challenges of 2024. From the team's resilience to standout performances by guys like Rico Dowdle, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Aubrey, Cavonte Turpin, and Micah Parsons, there's a lot to build on for next season. Now it's your turn. What stood out to you this season? What are you most excited about for 2025? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any Cowboys updates. Thanks for watching, Cowboys Nation. Until next time, keep the faith and go Cowboys.